Meet ASTRO, an open source 4-axis robot arm you can build yourself. Today, we're assembling ASTRO. This involves assembling each of the 4 joints, adding the homing sensors, routing and tensioning the belts, and doing a bit of cable management.
To start Astro off is the vertical assembly. This is the core of the robot that everything else will eventually attach to. We'll prepare both of the aluminum extrusions with the linear rails. Every motor needs its pulley. Add the idlers to both of the motor plates. Then we'll add the motors to the back of each plate. Make sure the wires of the motors are facing down toward the idlers. Pick one of the motor assemblies and add an axis bumper to it. With the same motor assembly that has the axis bumper on it and the cable chain bracket, sandwich it on top of one of the linear rail assemblies. Prepare the vertical stage's carriage plate with idlers. Then, mount it to the vertical assembly. This plate is what connects the vertical stage and the reach stage together. The carriage plate does need a bit of massaging and tweaking with the linear rails to have it run smoothly. Next up is the rotary base. Add the bolt that's used for the first joint's homing to the flange plate. Add the core slewing bearing to the base plate. The rotary base gets its own stepper motor, and make sure the wires point inwards towards the part. The motor plate also gets a smooth idler. Then add the motor plate to the base plate. Slide the motor plate all the way in and lightly tighten it. This will help with putting on the belt later. Grab the vertical assembly and the other motor assembly we made earlier. Stack both motor assemblies together and mount it to the bottom of the vertical assembly. The base of the robot is made of a pulley sandwich consisting of the base flange plate and a spacer that sits in between the pulley and the main rotary bearing. A stabilizer is added to make sure the rotary base to the vertical stage is more rigid. Now is time for the reach axis. We'll start off adding the axis bumpers to the horizontal spacers. Add the tensioning housing to one of the J3 end plates. Then, we'll add the pull plate to the outside of the tensioning housing. Be sure to have the larger hole on the pull plate where the tension housing opening is. Add the tensioning housing and a horizontal spacer to the linear stage. Be sure to have the axis bumper facing towards the linear rails. The other end plate needs just an idler pulley. We'll grab the last horizontal spacer and mount it to the other side of the reach assembly. Add the carriage mounting plate. This is what will allow us to mount the reach axis to the vertical axis. Like before, it might need a bit of massaging to get the linear rails running smoothly. We're now able to mount the reach axis to the vertical axis. Do a quick check to make sure the vertical and reach linear slides move freely and don't bind near their limits. The vertical and reach axis share both motors and share one belt. The most important thing is to ensure that the belt is seated properly on every pulley. Put both ends of the belt on the toothed puller and feed the belt through the pull plate. Tension until the belt is not loose. Add shims in the tension housing if necessary if the tension keeps coming undone. Slip the rotary base's belt over the flange base and pull it over the motor pulley. Slightly loosen the motor plate, pull it taut, then slightly angle the motor downwards, then tighten. Double check the base rotates freely and the belt feels taut. Now, onto the wrist of the robot. Add the flange coupler to the 10-to-1 gearbox. Then, make the motor sandwich. Be sure to have the motor wires face towards the angle bracket's mounting surface. And don't forget to tighten the gearbox's motor coupler. Mount the wrist assembly to the same side of the reach axis that has the tensioning housing. The rotary base uses an inductive sensor to detect the single bolt that is on the flange base. Make sure to have enough clearance between the sensor and the bolt. The vertical and reach axes use a shared sensor bracket, and we'll loosely mount the sensors to that first. Now it's time to remove all of the rubber bumpers the linear slides come with. Mount the sensor bracket near the top of the vertical stage. Move the reach axis up until the top pulley is in front of the sensor. Extend the reach axis out and adjust the sensor so it's close but not touching the bolt it senses. Mount the cable carrier to the top of the reach axis. Feed the wrist motor cable through the cable carrier. The back of the robot gets 6 cable tie downs. The very bottom tie down will be used when the controller is connected to the robot. For the final cable management, the bottom 2 motor cables and the base homing sensor cable get tied down on the bottom left. Grab all 4 motor cable ends and tie them down on the middle right. Grab the 3 sensor cable ends and tie them down on the middle left. Coil up the remaining sensor cables and tie down using the top left and right. And that completes the assembly of ASTRO. Next up is to connect the controller and install the software.
ASTRO is a robot I've been working on for the past several years. It's gone through several different designs, robots, and software iterations to get to what you see here today. If you want to build your own, the parts list, build instructions, and all the software you'll need to get it running is available completely free on our website, robotsmadesimple.com. And if building it from scratch just isn't your thing, we're also planning on selling part kits and pre-built robots in the future, so stay tuned for that. If you want to follow along with what I'm working on next, come join the Robots Made Simple Discord, where I share build updates, upcoming projects, and behind the scenes stuff before anywhere else.